Welcome, this is Nathan, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a scenario where civilization restarts. Episode 40. We have just hit the 40s, and today's going to be a big episode. I can't really remember last episode. I haven't recorded one of these in a while, but I believe we saw the Turquoise team unite with Russia, and there was some other stuff that happened that I can't remember. But today is episode 40. We are now in the 40s, and we're nearly at the halfway point of, not near the halfway point. Episode 50 is not going to be the halfway point of this series, but, I mean, maybe, I don't know. Now, we're going to be taking a look at to begin with, we're going to immediately begin with the economic, We're immediately going to begin with this map. This is the alliance map. There is only one alliance and two economic alliances. We have the North African Economic Alliance, or North African Economic Alliance, NAEO. Okay, whatever. And then we have the North American Economic Alliance. And then we have Korea's alliance, which consists of Korea, the Siberian team, the Green team, and China. I don't know, should I call these guys China? Because they're technically not. China doesn't exist anymore, and they probably will never exist again. I need to get rid of this. I'll probably actually do that now. But why are we on this layer? Well, we're going to be seeing the formation of a new alliance. This alliance will be created by Russia, and what shape we not use? We haven't used this shape yet. They'll be forming the Heart Alliance. Now, why are they forming an alliance? Russia is forming an alliance because of the Central Asian Union's aggressive, not expansion, but aggression to the Yellow Team. And who will be joining this alliance? Well, to begin with, no, don't. We have the Red Team joining it. No, don't really blame them. I mean, one of their neighbours just got invaded. The Lion Team will refrain from joining it for now. We see Persia join it. And then, weirdly enough, the Blue Team will also join it. Now, I never have talked about the relations between the Blue Team and Russia. It's kind of like India and the USA. The Blue Team plays all the sides in this world. They know what they're doing, they play both sides. But I think it's time for some wars. And, we're going to begin in Europe. Because, the British island thing, yeah, they're getting invaded by the Chocolate Team. The Chocolate Team has not made a move for a little bit, but they are now making their move into the British Isles. And let's just say that this country is not strong at all. They are very weak. Considering what land they have, it's not very developed. They aren't very strong. So when one of the strongest countries in Europe starts rolling the tanks into your country, you're kind of done for. The British Isles country will try and hold off, but they will lose their capital. And their very weak country will break into a civil war. Yeah. We see all of Scotland break away. That is very similar to their country colour. We see all of Scotland break away and forming its own nation. And, well, let's just say the Chocolate Team's going to have a really easy time breaking through here. At this point, this country is not text. This country is completely collapsed. I mean, there's no hope for them. So let's take a look at this peace treaty. Taking a look at this peace treaty, we can see that 4 new countries have been carved out of the British country, and also, well, we also see that the Chocolate Team will annex basically all of England. Now, the capitals will be here, 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 and here. So, yeah, the chocolate team is being very aggressive in Europe. A lot of countries around them are actually starting to get worried. And not only that, we actually have the Lion team kind of speaking out against what the chocolate team is doing. They kind of say that, like, you know, we don't want you to get back to your peak that you were in World War II, because we don't want that. The Lion team wants the world to be peaceful, although with what sides we're seeing emerge here and also like the nukes, I really doubt it. Speaking of nukes, we need to update this nuke map. Korea has been mass developing nukes very fast, and kind of scary. They're now up to 50 nukes. Korea has just hit the halfway point to 100 nukes. Russia, they're up to 11 nukes. They're not doing good. But the Lion team... The Lion team, they are now officially going to be surpassing Korea, as they are now at 55 nukes. The Lion team has just surpassed Korea in nuclear weapons. This is really crazy. This is scary. The Lion team has said they will only use their nukes for defensive purposes, but, you know, every country's kind of said that. But we're now heading over to Africa, because we got a country to touch up on. The pink team, they are doing fine, but they're struggling with, well, this. The people of this area have had enough. They have been occupied by the Moroccans, and they're now being occupied by the pink team. They have had it. They want to be independent. Well, maybe not independent, but they want to just join or be their own country. They don't want to be occupied. So, these people will begin to rise up and rise up against the pink team. And honestly, the pink team, their new country, they took over this because at the point they were existing, this was still owned by the Moroccans, and they took it over. But they're just gonna go to all the neighboring countries and go, hey, do one of you want this? And the only country that actually accepts it is, well, the brown team, Nigerian team. So, the pink team has finally been able to let go of that little thing, and the pink team is now doing fine. Anyway, we're now heading over to the New World, because we're actually going to see a union emerge. I don't remember the last time we saw a union happen. When was the last time we saw a union happen? This wasn't technically a union, but technically the turquoise team joining Russia was kind of a union. But we're going to see a union between 4 countries. When the chocolate team collapsed, I'm pretty sure it was the chocolate team that owned this land. When they collapsed, all these countries declared their independence. They all split themselves up. But 4 of these countries, they're struggling. And the looks of uniting are good. And I'm talking about the red team, the grey team, the Floridan team, and the purple team. These 4 countries see a better future if they unite together. And this is very true. They all use the same currency, they speak the same language, and the only thing that divided them was the economic depression, was the economic crash and everything that happened after World War II. These guys want to unite. It's been a long time coming, and today all 4 of them will finally be uniting. Now, it does kind of get complicated when you see that this guy is part of the Square Economic Alliance. That will be sorted. We will see the new American team join with them. So let's take a look. Well, I actually got to find a colour. Let's take a look at this new American team. And here we see the formation of America. Now, What about the Square Alliance? Well, they actually probably will not be joining this. They simply don't want... The Red Team was never really a fan of this alliance thing, so they're leaving it. But don't worry, because we actually are now going to touch on this thing. They will be... They will be adding some new members. The first member they will be adding is Greenland. These guys have been concerned about joining this thing for a long time, and they finally join it. The next country they will be adding is going to be Iceland. Now, this is not a North American country, but it's kind of complicated, but Iceland wants to join it, and Iceland will be joining it. And those are the only two members. There are a couple more members there's a couple more countries that are thinking about joining, such as the Caribbean, the Pink Team, the New American Team, who still thinking about it. And even some South American countries are thinking about joining it, but they won't be joining it. Anyway, time for we're gonna head... What was the next event I wanted to do? Oh, so, we're heading back to the Central Asian Union. The leader of this country is very unpopular now. She's been in rule for about 5-8 years, and she's very unpopular. She's kind of cemented herself now as the ruler of this country, which is not a democratic thing, because the Central Asian Union is democratic. But the people of this country, they don't want to be ruled by her. They want a leader who will actually be, trustworthy. They want a leader who they can trust. And this is the beginning of the Central Asian Union stability to decline. It was on the rise with... Okay, so this is what the Central Asian Union stability looked like. This was at its peak. But after the death of the president, after the one who carried the country through World War II and the War of Asia, this is the stability map. And it's going down this way. Just for example, this is the Lion Team stability. Yeah, they've had some areas they've gone down, but they're doing fine. Not only that, inflation's starting to rise in the Central Asian Union. And, the Central Asian Union looks to be on the decline. And, well, they are. I mean, this new leader is not helping the population. The country is now very isolated. They lost all their allies. And, well, they're still blaming each other. But, the leader of the Central Asian Union does something that nobody believes she would ever do. She begins development. I don't know if I've actually said this or not. If I have said it, then ignore me. But she begins work on nuclear research. This completely disgusts the people. This was one of the countries that was against nuclear bombs, and they have just begun research and development into nukes. All the surrounding countries of the Central Asian Union are shocked, especially the Lion Team in Russia. But with the fact that this lady has just begun development of nukes in the Central Asian Union, it's pretty clear that she has cemented herself as the ruling leader until she dies. And that's going to be doing it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.